Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Mohammed, your personal PMP coach from Certified with Ease, coming back to you guys with another brand new video. We're going to solve problems in this video like we've been doing for the past videos. It's boring, I know, but it is the best way to prepare for this exam. Now, listen, guys, if you have failed the exam already, close to 30 to 40% of our students before joining our program have already failed the exam. If you failed it and you don't want to restart, you want a fast way to get PMP certified, you just want to fill in the gaps, book an appointment. Book an appointment with Shubs, our program advisor. He will not only advise you on what you need to do, so at least you get that advice, you'll get a chance to check out our program that helps you get certified in 30 days, which is 30 minutes a day, okay? Everything in this file over here, it looks small, but it's actually large. You just have to open up the slots. We have everything that you need in order to get certified. Okay, so don't miss out on this opportunity. Get certified so you guys can get those promotions and better opportunities and whatnot. Okay, so in this session, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to try to answer as fast as possible. This is a timed exam, remember, guys. And one of the biggest reasons for failure is people run out of time or they rush at the end because they're running out of time. We are going to try our best to go through this. Now, obviously, I'm going to take my time to explain it to you, but you want to try your best to beat the clock. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to start with the answers first and eliminate the answers as much as possible, or choose the best answer if we can from just the answers. Do not do this on your exam. Read the entire problem, but the mindset really helps. Okay, so review the supplier's contract to understand terms of sale. Principle number 1, I like it. Every time you see principle number 1 in the answers, that is the answer. Insist that the supplier deliver the goods on the agreed date. Update the risk register and take advantage of the opportunity. Accept the risk and update the risk register. I like A first. We're going to do A. That's what I'm going for. All right, guys. So we're going to try to answer these questions as fast as possible because the exam is a timed exam. So you might see me kind of skimming through the question, and that's exactly how I want you to practice as well. Okay? Very important. The number one reason why people fail from our surveys and from what we found out is because of time. Either they don't finish on time or they're too rushed at the end, so they end up answering incorrectly. Okay? So 3, 2, 1, let's go. PM has been assigned a project to build. Fine. That's not important. The government has decided to reduce the tax on renewable energy products. Okay, January 1st, fine. The supplier has reached out and stated the order placed for solar panels to be delivered on December 20th may be delayed. We got our problem statement done. We're done with the question. It may be delayed. What should the PM do about the risk? Review the supplier's contract to understand terms of sale. We're not concerned about the terms of sale. We are concerned about the risk. Insist the supplier deliver the goods on the agreed date. Update the risk register and take advantage of the opportunity. Accept the risk and update the risk register. C is better, okay? C is better. We're updating the risk, but we're doing something proactive at the end, which is taking advantage of this opportunity over here. C is going to be the answer, okay? You see what we did there? You see how we skimmed through the first sentence? The first sentence, especially if it's a medium size or large question, is really not important. We don't care about January 1st. We don't care about December. It could be February or March or whatever it may be. We care about the fact that there's a delay. Guys, framing the problem is 50% of the question. Okay? Let's try this out again. Let's do this. So a project manager is assigned to manage a project for previous fine. The project manager was warned that this client will likely try to add extra scope to the project without considering impact on change, time, and risk. Okay, what action should the PM take to help plan and manage the budget and resources? Okay, so we got the problem statement right over here. We're going to highlight it right over here. Okay, we got this client that might try to add things without analyzing the impact. What should we do? Refuse to allow the client to change scope and examine the lessons learned register. So this is something that we don't do. We don't refuse requests from the clients. It's one of our principles. Remember, guys. So let's go back to our course really quickly so you guys could just get acquainted with the principles. There we go. Okay. Let's go back. Decompose the deliverables into work packages, review the project charter. How does that going to help? Create a tight scope statement and review the historical information, include a scope change process, and review the project charter. Okay, I like D. If we have a scope change process, it will make sure the client goes through this thing formally, right? And that's all we want. We want this client to do things formally and not in a random way. D is going to be the best answer. Okay. So I know, guys, it's a little bit annoying. I'm reading very fast, but I want you to get used to that as well. You'll be surprised as to how many people spend just like 2 minutes reading a question, not even the answers, just reading the questions. You have a minute and 15 seconds to answer, right? Each question, if you tally up the total questions and divide it by the total amount of time you have. All right, so a project manager is managing a project with a hybrid approach. Okay, that's going to be probably important. And has requested a senior team member to perform a quantitative risk analysis. Team member responded, do not have the knowledge. Okay, that is our problem statement. They don't got the knowledge. What should the PM do? Help the team member to perform the quantitative risk analysis through coaching, mentoring, and training. Okay. Escalate the issue. We don't do that. We don't escalate. Perform the quantitative risk analysis for the team member. Contact the PMO and request them to assign another team member who has knowledge. No, we never replace our team members. Gone. We shouldn't do it by ourselves. We should teach our team member to do it just in case they have to do it in the future. We don't escalate. A is the answer. Done. All right. We're on a good roll. A senior developer working on a large artificial project has shown excellent results. Not important. The PM is very happy that the developer's contribution and thinks the developer deserves an award. That's our problem statement. Okay, what are we going to do about this reward? What should the project manager do? Okay, that is what we have to focus on. Create an opportunity for the project team to recognize this developer. How is that a reward? I guess it is in some cases, right? But not really a great reward. Print a recognition certificate and present to the developer. Participation medal, right? Not that enticing. Send a recognition email to the team and copy management. Reward the developer according to their motivation and interest. That's going to be the answer. Pretty easy, right? Okay, so you're not going to get that many of those questions that are about rewarding, but it's good to have them. Pretty simple. Awesome. Okay, so this question, not really a situation, but just from looking at the options, I think it's video conferencing. There we go. Awesome. I've seen so many of these problems, guys, where they talk about, what communication technique should be used. Videos is probably the answer, just because we're all remote now. But let's just read this. A global program, global, there we go. We have the G word here, is being kicked off, and various distributed teams are involved in delivering the initiative. Besides planning and executing the scope for the initiative, team interaction must be considered. Global gives it away. You have to have video. Phones, chat, video is the closest thing to in-person meetings, so have video. Awesome. We're doing great, guys. Okay, so let's look at the answers just to work on the mindset just a little bit more. Assess the team's capacity to absorb the workload. Okay, I like this. Assess, take a step back, evaluate and understand the cause of conflict. I like this too. Escalate, we don't escalate. Reject the workload back to the global team. No, we don't do that, right? We have two things that are principle number one. Remember, guys, we always talk about this. When you have principle number one, it is going to be the answer. Okay, as long as it solves the core problem. The PM manager is a part of a global project team, so the G word here again. There is a clear division regarding which pieces of the scope should be treated by global and local teams. During the last sprints, the PM has been receiving requests that the global team should handle. Requests that the global team should handle. What should the project manager do in this situation? I would go with A. A is the one that answers the question. We're talking about what the global team should handle. So we should look at their workload. We should look at their capacity to absorb the workload, right? That's what I would go with. So they evaluate and understand the cause of conflict. Okay, let me look at this. Interesting. Okay, so I missed something out here. There's a clear division regarding which piece of the scope should be treated by the global and local teams. During the last sprints, the project manager has been receiving requests that the global team should handle. Okay, I'm sorry. That was my mistake. I missed out some important information. I'm looking at these questions for the first time, by the way, guys. This is what happens. When you're reading too fast, you might miss out on the problem statement. The real problem statement is that there's a division. We got to understand the cause of conflict first, and then we can assess the team's capacity. Okay? So the right answer is going to be B in this case. I agree with the answers here. All right. Let us move on. A company is transitioning projects from a predictive to an agile approach. The CFO is concerned that one of the agile project has an important feature for the financial department that is being delayed for the later iteration. What should the project manager do? Okay, to clarify the situation. So we're transitioning from predictive to agile. CFO is concerned that one of the projects, the agile projects, has this feature that is being delayed. Okay, what should we do? Request support from the CEO on how to deal with the situation. No, we're not going to escalate it from the CEO. We're going to handle it. This is our project. We know more about this project than anyone else. Increase the size of the team in order to match any prior expectations. How is that going to solve the problem? In fact, that's probably going to add more costs, which is one of our principles. We don't settle for extra costs. Create an executive board to review the product backlogs and replan the next iterations. Clarify that with the CEO, the prioritization process is based on business value. Exactly. That's what it is. If something is delayed, it's delayed because there's something more valuable that needs to be done in the moment. So D is going to be the best answer here. Excellent. Okay. So remember, guys, don't feel upset if these questions are easy. We are training our mindset. We're getting used to the format of the exam. That's going to be so important when you actually take the exam. Let us start with the answers for question 138. Update the risk in the risk management plan. Review the risk throughout the project execution. List the project risk identified in the kickoff meeting. Plan to update the risk at project closure. Okay. So let's go through it. A is going to be wrong. We don't update the risk in the risk management plan. Your risk management plan is your plan of action on how to handle everything related to risk. We can go in the risk register and update it, but not in the actual management plan. B, review the risk throughout project execution. Yes, that's exactly what we want to do for risks. Risks really materialize when you execute the project. And that's exactly where you want to start reviewing them. List the project risks identified in the kickoff meeting. So there's probably no risk during the kickoff meeting at all. You're starting off, there's nothing there. Plan to update the risk at project closure. That's a bit too late. I'm going to go with B without even reading the question itself. Okay? Just logic, just understanding what risks are. And remember that, guys. You can note this down. Risks materialize or become apparent during execution. During execution, right? You can plan everything perfectly. You know, like they always say this expression, nothing goes as planned, right? That's exactly when it comes to projects as well. Awesome. Okay, let's do the same thing. Again, we're using the principles. We're kind of rushing a little bit so we can train our time. Ensure the new supervisor takes the lead when being challenged. Give the project team time to work through the issues with the new supervisor. Okay, I like this. This is autonomy, giving the team autonomy. Immediately remove the resource from the project team. We don't remove resources, we deal with them. Communicate with the resource and the roles and responsibilities of this project. Okay, I like D. D has a good feel to it, right? From the problem, I can tell that there's some conflict between this resource and maybe the team and new supervisor. We need to clarify the roles and responsibilities. Maybe this new supervisor is being too tough, too much of a boss, a manager. So we got to do D. All right, there we go. We got it. Again, this is such a powerful tool, guys. If you're thinking, how did I get how am I able to solve questions in this way? And a lot of you are able to do it too. You just don't challenge yourself. Number one is the mindset. Our mindset video, make sure you watch it. Number two, it's just practicing on questions, guys, but quality questions that you can actually expect on the exam. You don't want to practice on outdated questions. It won't help you. And that's why you have the course. All the questions have been updated for the recent exam. So make sure you book that appointment. Just check it out. You can check it out, see if it's for you. Okay. So let's do 140. Sent the roles and responsibilities matrix along with the project management plan. Confirm that the communication was understood and solicited feedback from the team. Okay, that could be it. Briefed each team member on the roles before sending the project management plan. Discuss the roles with the managers to help explain them to their teams. Okay, let's read this question. A project manager sent the first communication about the project management plan to the team. The next day, 2 field engineers were asking about the roles and the project schedule. So that is the problem statement. There's no clarity around the roles and responsibilities. So what can we do here? Confirm the communication was understood and solicited feedback from the team. I like this one. Did you understand? Did you understand this? And gather feedback from the team. Okay? It's like principle number one. We're taking this step back. We're understanding, hey, did you understand a document that I sent? Do you have any feedback? Right? And that's about it. That's all we need. We don't need to brief each team member. That's going to take too long. Discuss the roles with the managers. Why with the managers? Why not directly with the team? Right? Pretty simple there. All right, let's do one more question, and we're ended off for today. A solution designer in an agile team often passes the design information to team members without any documentation. This has resulted in misunderstandings within the team. Okay, so this person does not include any documentation when it comes to this design, right? This is causing confusion. What should we do? Or what should the agile leader do? Move the solution design to another team. So again, we never do that. We never fire people. We never move around people. We never get rid of people. That's not servant leader like. Review the process that resulted in this situation. Okay. Root cause analysis. I like that. Ask the team to document the design. Okay. Simple. Stop work until the design document is complete. We don't stop work. That can create a delay. I'm going to do this first. I'm going to review the process because there might be something that's preventing this team member from not making documentation. Maybe he or she doesn't know how to. We got to find out before asking them to document the design. There we go. Okay, guys? All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone that wants to get certified. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, guys, we have a course. Book that appointment. Check it out. You have nothing to lose. Guys, if you're introverted, I'm introverted too, and I'm making this video for you guys. Don't feel shy. Shubs, our program advisor, will make you feel like you are a part of the project team, which you guys already are because you're watching this video. Have a fantastic rest of the day. I'll see you guys in the next video.